oh, you see someone doing good and you can beat your chest or not your or pat yourself on the back. Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. I hope you're all doing well. So my name is Dr. Fola. For those that don't know, I on this channel try and talk about international students, helping you as an international student make some decision, better your experience as you study in the UK or study anywhere in the world actually. So for this video I want to talk about lecturer roles and the industry of academia in the UK specifically, but obviously this can maybe help in other contexts. I get some messages especially from PhD students or those that are thinking about PhD student program, how to get into lecturing, what are the perks, what are the challenges, how can they navigate the whole system. So and also I posted on my Twitter page about the pay of lecturer and I got loads of comments. If you're not following me on Twitter and other social media handle, please do. I do post, especially my Twitter is quite active because I do share quite a lot of information on that platform. So on that tweet there was a lot of questions around lecturing, looking at the pay. So what I did is I posted the pay of an entry level kind of lecturing role, and then I talk about the different deductions that you would see from the start all the way to the end, I mean per month, and obviously what you get to take home in terms of savings. It wasn't a lot. So anyway, so this is what this whole video is going to be about, just briefly talking to you around lecturing in the UK. So let's get to now we get into the stuff. So what is lecturing, or what's the whole idea about lecturing in the UK? So within UK context, obviously all universities require lecturers, so they do need people that have the skills and knowledge to come in and lecture their students. So you will be in academia. Now, what is the requirement? So I'm going to pull out from my notes because I have loads of notes that I've written out here. The first thing is to know about your qualification. So ideally you should be a postgraduate degree holder. So what does that mean? It could be MSc and PhD and however many other degrees that you can, or qualifications that you can add. Now the thing is, because of your because you're coming as an international student, in most cases, I'm not saying all, but in most cases you'll be expected to have MSc and also PhD. And this is like one of the easiest routes. Oh wait, reverse back. So before we even talk about the whole academia, let's talk about why academia. Why would you want to lecture? So now I want to reel you in, join me in this journey. Okay, the first thing is for you to know that with academic role, because there are so many universities in the UK with hundreds and thousands of courses that are being offered, they almost always need lecturer at one point or the other. Like there's hardly, obviously it's depends on your course, so the demand might be different based on courses, but you most likely would have a job if you're in lecturing. One thing. Okay, the next thing is that the pay is relatively okay. And we'll probably talk about the pay, maybe not in this video because I don't want it to be too long, but I will make it a separate video and try and talk about the pay. But the pay is really okay, honestly. If I must say so myself, you are able to get good money for your services. That's just the long story short. So I mean, why not? The pay is a reason. There is high demand compared to some industry. There's high demands for lecturers. Almost always there are always students coming in, even during pandemic. Let me tell you, during pandemic I did not go to school for like what, a year and 6 months, so that's almost 12 months, 2 years, sorry. And I got paid every month. Obviously I was working from home, I was teaching, I was marking and doing all that stuff, but from my bedroom. So I was doing all of that and I was getting paid. Not a dime was deducted or reduced from my income for that period. So I mean, the job, the security is there. And when I say security, it means that once you get past your probation phase, even before your probation phase, when I got my first job in lecturing and I was shown the terms and condition and how they can discharge me of my duties, so sort of like maybe sack is the word, if they want to sack me, the process is long. Hi, I'm telling you, your manager will call you and tell you whatever the issue is. Obviously you would then have panel that will be set up. You would have representative if you have lawyers or union member. It's a lot. And then they will give you another warning, then they will give you, before they now get to, okay, come and leave. I was like, wow, you can literally, it is very secured once you get the job. And now that was actually just if you're doing probation. Once you get past your probation, the process is even on another level, right? Because then you're fully permanent member of that university. So to get you, I mean, these kind of situations you find yourself before they get you into such a process is even ridiculous. There's always space and time for you to improve your performance if you're not doing as well as they expect. But I think it's only going to be like issues like maybe sexual issues, some type of violence in the work setting before you get to go face the panel and then maybe fasten the process and get you out, which obviously police might be involved. So like, I mean, I hope no one will be in such situation, but it's really really difficult if you secure that job, especially the first one, for them to send you out, for you to find yourself without a job. Except the only exception I think is where there's a general redundancy in the industry. And like I said, there's a lot of demand. Redundancy doesn't come often. So I hope I have convinced you and not confuse you that lecturing is one of the ways you can secure your pay and get your job security as well. Also, think about visa. So for most lecturing jobs, you will be covered for visa requirement. So your visa, that's your skilled worker visa, would, like, in terms of willingness and readiness to give skilled worker visa, I think lecturing is one of those industries that they are really almost ready. I remember one of the jobs I got, I just told the person immediately, I was called, yeah, congratulations, you got the job. Oh, thank you. And I was like, I do need visa. If you haven't seen in my application, maybe you didn't check that. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Just I would tell HR, they would arrange the documents. Cool, innit? So lecturing, if it's a full-time, obviously would most likely easily get you a visa. Now if it's not going to get you visa, you would see in most time they would put in the advert box where they advertising it and say this job is not going to be able to sponsor skilled workers visa. But that might be because the job is part-time. But if it's full-time, it's most likely going to sponsor your visa. So another perk on that one. The other one is obviously, as because it's offering you visa, like I said, is very secured. The security is top notch in terms of your job security. Most likely that would get you to your PR. What else? It's a win-win. You get a job, you get paid, you get to stay in the country, and you get a PR, which is your, or ILR as the case may be called, which is your permanent residency. And guess what? You can move in, move out, change jobs. You get the flexibility of however you want to work at that point as well. So come join me in academia. and these are just maybe monetary, and you might say maybe a bit selfish reasons, but the other reason is lecturing is very selfless service. If you're in the industry of teaching people how to be better in their life, obviously you get a reward of, oh, you see someone doing good and you can beat your chest, or not your, or pat yourself on the back that you have done something to add to the person's journey. So the reward is in seeing people achieving the law, especially when years after. I haven't really been getting that yet, but I mean, I do get people come back every now and then, but not like 50, those ones that you get like 10 years, and then you're like maybe some old lady and one of your students just tap, well, 10 years is not that long, so maybe like 35 years, yeah. And then so one of your students just tell me like, are you Mrs., are you Mrs., yeah, you lectured me. I was like, oh. And then you're looking at the person like, oh, are you, oh, I can't really, you're not my student. It's really nice to have such like, oh, you're doing so well, and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, you touched my life since I went to your class. It's been there. You motivate me, you push me, you so that is also nice. And I think the other thing is lecturing, even if you don't get that feedback of some student coming back years later to appreciate your contribution, it is a very selfless service. It's something that you do for people, and either even if you don't get such recognition, you're happy that you're able to help people. And finally, it might be something you're passionate about. I know a lot of people that their passion is just to impact knowledge, and so that is another perk and another reason why you should join a lecturing role today. Okay, maybe not today, but be on the journey to it. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop this video here, and then the next video I am going to continue on actually how do you get into lecturing in the UK or any other place that you may want to use this knowledge for. I will see you soon.